If you look at a Savile frame, you can see that it's like a piece of jewelry. It's carefully handcrafted. There are over 130 processes it goes through before the end consumer actually gets their hands on it. It is for the discerning customer. It's not for everyone, but it is for those who appreciate quality and appreciate age-old craftsmanship. The greatest change to the company occurred with the formation of the national health after the Second World War. In 1947, they decided to give eyewear free to those who needed it. 40 years later, they changed that plan, and eyewear had to then be purchased by everyone apart from the very poorest and children. So for the factory, it meant that during the boom 40 years, although margins were very low, they managed to produce huge quantities of glasses, and that is why you will still today find some of our frames on eBay and in antique shops, etc., because so many were produced during that time. After that, the factory really went into decline because it's difficult to go from producing 1.5 million frames to producing, say, 10 or 15,000. So the workforce went from 350 to, at its worst, about 10 people. And today we're up at 16, which is where we are hoping to be able to continue producing at a sustainable level, which at the moment is about 20,000 frames. So the interesting thing about Algha is that it's been owned by large companies, including Bausch & Lomb, who used to own Ray-Ban. In fact, the very first aviator was made here as a byproduct, effectively, of supplying the Royal Air Force with aviator glasses. So I think Ray-Ban credits the aviator to be born in 1937. Already in 1934, 35, 36, Algha was producing very much that frame. We have many designs that date back to the late 1800s, early 1900s. Many modern designers have utilized our styles. We have a Panto, which is the one that John Lennon used, for instance, which has largely been used in everything from Giorgio Armani to more avant-garde frame designers. We tend not to redesign totally a frame. What we will do is we'll change the slight details, like we'll add leather or we'll add specific colors that haven't been used before. But as the whole fundamental reason for this collection's existence lies in the use of gold. In fact, it's rolled gold. Rolled gold was developed by the jewelry industry in the 1800s. And it was a way to add longevity to both jewelry and to frames. If you use 24-karat gold, it's a very, very soft material. And anyone who's used a ring with 24-karat gold will know that eventually it'll wear out and the ring will just fall off. The same is the case with glasses. And so this was a very innovative way to manufacture glasses when they first came up with this idea. We are the only factory in the world today to produce eyewear in this fashion. The interesting thing is, though, that we have constant calls from different parts of the world, from people seeking out the frames. So this is kind of a gem that people in the know about, and they do spend a lot of time and effort seeking out the frames. We've had calls from Brazil, we've had calls from Korea, from many parts of the world basically. In 1 week I think we had about 8 different countries calling in, individuals calling in, wanting the frames. I personally believe that they are really a piece of art. We actually have, not on display here, but we do have some frames that we actually have in that are framed, and it is a piece of art, especially when you look at the amount of man-hours that goes into making each frame. It takes, on average, about 3 weeks to make one of our rolled gold frames. The processes it goes through, etc. We stick to the original way of making them, which means that they are a piece of art.